Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I must say it is, for me, a particular pleasure to be able to come back to Malta. I first came here in 1954, can you believe it, when I was about 5. And I've never forgotten, at that age, how special it was. And I came back on summer vacations when I was an undergraduate at Cambridge University. And then I came back when I was in the Royal Navy. I fear there's been rather a long gap since, so I can't tell you how thrilled I am to have this chance to be with you all. And also, when I think about it now, I still can't quite believe that it's 40 years next year since I managed to start this Princess Trust. And I remember I got it going on, in those days, the severance pay that they gave me when I left the Royal Navy. It went rather a long way in those days. And anyway, it has grown. And we have now supported something like 825,000 young people. We can't quite make the million by the 40th anniversary, even though we help roughly 59,000 young people a year. But I've always seen it as an investment in the future. And as so often happens when you make an investment, it takes much longer than you think to get the dividend back. But we are now. And I mean, for instance, by investing just in the business startup side of what we do with the Princess Trust, something like 90,000 businesses we've started. But I now see some of these people, for instance, there was a person I met the other day after about 14 years or something ago, 15 years ago, we started this young man off in his own business. He sold it the other day for £70 million. So there are quite a lot of people like that now. And I'm getting so old that there are now the children of people we originally started off in business coming also for a loan to start their business. So we noticed, it's taken about 40 years to get anybody to notice what we've been doing around the world, I think. So now we've been approached increasingly by other countries around the world who are beginning to realize, I think, that they have an enormous challenge with so many young people, particularly in parts of the world where 60 to 65% or more of the population is under 25 or under 30. And huge challenges there in terms of unemployment, alienation, disadvantage, everything else. And inevitably the dangers of people becoming radicalized in one way or another. So I think perhaps the fact that we're being repeatedly asked for the sort of experience perhaps that we can provide through the Princess Trust made me realize that we ought to start an international version. So that is why Princess Trust International has come about. And I'm thrilled that in Malta we are able to collaborate with the President's Trust here. And I'm even more delighted that 1 or 2 programs have started, an Excel program, and if I may say so, I'm enormously grateful to Marks and Spencer for having, as usual, helped to start another initiative on enabling young people to become employed in the retail sector. We can also help on the skills training side, and frequently wherever I go, and certainly in the United Kingdom, there are huge skills gaps which can sometimes be met if you sit down and look at where something like the Princess Trust International can help in identifying those gaps and encouraging young people to see if they have an aptitude or not. If I may, of course, I can say that we can't do any of this without the support and the assistance we get from so many kind and generous people. And I'm so thrilled to see so many people here in this room this evening who do help in an enormous way. And I wanted to pay special tribute, if I may, to HSBC Malta, who have made a tremendous commitment as one of the very caring banks I've come across. Funding the Prince's Trust Excel clubs, for instance, in 7 schools. And I've just met some of the young people who've taken part in the project, and you can see already the difference it's made in terms of self-confidence and motivation, and the boost they've had as a result. So I hope the Prince's Trust International will be able to work increasingly with the President's Trust in support of more of Malta's young people. And if I may say so, I'm looking forward to the Prince's Trust International offering advice, training and support to organisations wanting to run Prince's Trust programmes in their own countries. So, ladies and gentlemen, finally, it just makes me enormously proud to think that the small project that we launched in 1976 has grown to the extent that we can now offer support and assistance to people around the world. And I look forward very much to keeping an eye on what happens in Malta, and I'm sure it'll make me feel even more proud after all these years. Thank you very much.